So here is a fragrance that is green, spicy, incensey, a little herbal, and a tad bit fruity as well. I reviewed another one by Gentleman's Nod called Tusitalia, but in today's Cephalabon contributor video, I'm going to be giving you my thoughts on this fragrance. It's called Lawman. I'm also going to let you in on a very special giveaway opportunity, so make sure to stay tuned. Now, before I begin today's episode and I give you my thoughts on Lawman by Gentleman's Nod, I'm going to tell you all about this fragrance, the notes, the smell, longevity, comparisons, all that good stuff. But before I dive into the video, I do want to mention that if you're a fan of fragrance-related content, and of course, if you love smelling your best, hit subscribe, hit the bell, and give this video a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm. It would really mean a lot to me. So, as it turns out, here we have a fragrance that is a bit spicy. Of course, there's cardamom in the opening. There's also a little bit of pink pepper, if I'm remembering correctly. You also have mesquite wood, you have sandalwood. So it does have a bit of a woodsy presence as well. And then you have some green facets too. You have cypress, you have patchouli with a touch of incense and labdanum in the dry down. So this is, of course, a very confident, a very green, very earthy fragrance. And it's fairly non-linear. It does change quite a bit. Of course, there's also Outlaw, which has like this charred orange ingredient in the opening. It's really interesting, but nevertheless, if you want to participate in the giveaway, it's a really simple process. All you have to do is shoot on over to cephalabon.com. It's going to be the first link down below in the description box. And after you become a registered reader, which if you've done one of these giveaways in the past, you should already be a registered reader. All you have to do is just drop a comment on the article. Best of luck, everybody. Make sure to check back on over to cephalabon.com though, on the date that's mentioned in the article, because that's when the winner is going to be announced, right? So that's the only way you're going to know if you won. So make sure you are checking back on over to the article. So I'm going to talk to you all about the smell of this fragrance, which in my opinion, this is a great fragrance for the fall and winter. So as the cold weather is already upon us, it was actually snowing here today in the tri-state area. This is a perfect fragrance for this type of climate because it's quite strong, bold, and quite assertive as well. Nevertheless, I'm going to talk to you about the smell soon. Let's start things off with a quick look at the presentation first. So right in the opening of this fragrance, I do get a lot of cardamom. The cardamom ingredient in this fragrance is quite strong. And it's a cardamom that's quite unique. You know, it doesn't smell like a spice kitchen. It doesn't smell culinary in any way. And it also doesn't smell too herbal either. Sometimes if a cardamom ingredient is too strong, it can actually steal the spotlight because it has a very distinct aromatic profile. In the case of this fragrance, I think the cardamom and the pink pepper and the other spices are kind of intermingling to create this really unique olfactive aria, if you will. Now, of course, there's also a bit of woods in here, and I get the mesquite wood from the very opening. There's something quite dark and perhaps even a little smoky about this fragrance too. And again, it could be the woods in combination with the incense, in combination with some of the resins. Because if there is any bit of amber in a perfume, it could have a bit of a smoky overtone. I'm not saying that that's necessarily the case with this one, but you do pick up on those darker personalities right off the bat. And so this one kind of lacks the freshness that a lot of other fragrances may possess. Now, of course, this was made by perfumer Claude Durr from Man. He is an incredibly talented perfumer. He has done so many other fragrances for brands like Narcotica, and there's just way too many to count. But this fragrance in particular is a really interesting composition in the sense that, well, I think this one is quite unique. It stands out. I can't necessarily compare it to anything else. The sandalwood is very rich. It doesn't smell creamy or sweet though. And it does have labdanum resin in here. And labdanum for me has always been one of those ingredients that can lean a little vanillic, but there's enough of the other things happening in here to kind of take the attention away from the sweeter facets of the labdanum, namely the cypress and the patchouli, and there's a lot of green textures in this fragrance. And of course, with a name like Lawman, you expect something kind of confident and kind of assertive and kind of out there, if you will. So this is not a very soft or subdued or, soft-spoken fragrance. No, as a matter of fact, this is a very sort of outgoing, confident gregarious fragrance, and I think that's what one would expect, and it's so interesting. There's also this very refined, polished quality about it too, and I think the cypress and the patchouli contribute to that because it does kind of convey a sense of professionalism with a touch of mystery. So there's a lot of fragrances out there that are just office-friendly, mass-marketed, mass-appealing, CEO vibes. This one conveys virility, it conveys professionalism, it conveys authority, while also retaining a hint of mystery. I think it's such a special fragrance. And if you have the opportunity to sample it, please do. I'm going to drop the link down below to where you can check it out from their website. It is not an affiliate link, so I don't make any commission, and this is not a sponsored video. I have not been paid anything in order to produce this video. But I do want to make it easier for you if you are in fact interested in checking out this fragrance, and if you want to learn more about it, all the information is going to be down below. And of course, please don't forget, participate in the giveaway, right? It would be awesome if you won. So first link down below. It's a very simple process. Best of luck. Let's go ahead and finish things off with my overall assessment. So first up, in terms of the uniqueness and the overall smell, truth be told, this is a unique fragrance. I've smelled other cypress fragrances, Italian Cypress by Tom Ford being one of them. I've smelled cardamom fragrances, La Nuit de l'Homme by Yves Saint Laurent being another one. But the combination of all of the ingredients and the way that it's portrayed in this olfactive painting, as it were, is quite beautiful and quite unique and original. So kudos to the brand for crafting this particular composition. I think perfumer Claude Durr did a wonderful job. Longevity on this fragrance, 10 plus hours on my skin. Projection well beyond an arm's length for the first hour to hour and a half of application. It became an elbow's length scent right around hour 6.5 or 7, a skin scent right around hour 10. It's fairly non-linear, and so it does kind of evolve as you go along. Like the spices are more subdued, and then the woods start to come out, and the labdanum warmth is more apparent in the dry down. But this is one that you really have to try on your own skin and see what kind of an experience you have with it personally. Versatility on this one, I think some people might argue that it's masculine leaning, and I can totally understand that. I think it does have some masculine tonalities, the cypress, the spices, the patchouli, you know, all of the woods that are in here and whatnot, the mesquite wood as well. But I do think it's unisex. So try it for yourself, make your own determination with regard to that. Great for the colder months of the year, more professional, and I think it would cater to an older demographic. And of course, the presentation for this one, I do like the plaque here on the front, the wooden cap, all the accents, and the distribution on the atomizer is pretty nice too. Very powerful atomizer. My final verdict on this fragrance is it's a really, really solid offering for the colder months of the year. Woodsy, spicy, a little incensey. It's a beautiful fragrance, and I've been a huge fan of Tusitalia, especially with that peach, sort of a tropical fruity vibe that it conveys, and this is a total 180 as far as the olfactive profile is concerned. So give it a try, participate in the giveaway, and thank you so much for watching. I really hope you took something of value from today's video, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do consider supporting the channel by clicking subscribe, hitting the bell, and giving this video a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm. It would help tremendously, and it enables me to continue doing what I love to do here on the platform. So thank you so much for that. I love you all. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow with a new episode. Bye.